Hello, remember to thyself be true. I'm going through my February overview. This month was something else. Honestly, it was something else. I felt like I wasn't tracking things the way that I should. I think somewhere, somehow, I missed something, but I'm not too sure. So, in the month of Feb, the income that I received was the normal salary, and then I took out Valentine's sinking fund, and then the leftover that I had from January, and then I got a goal save bonus of 734 from this Valentine's sinking fund. So my total income was 23,952 rand 78 cents. And then I paid for electricity for my grandfather, and I paid DSTV access from my father's side of the family. And Gautrain, I paid 477, which was less than budgeted. Bolt, I paid 263 for the month, which was less than budgeted. And taxi, I used 70 rand, which was less than budgeted, which was great. Google One, I paid 349 rand 99, which is basically 350. And then DSTV, I actually paid 70 rand more because from January, I've been seeing that the DSTV amount fluctuates. So I just decided, you know what, I'm going to pay 70 rand extra. The actual amount that I paid is 1,859 rand 99. And then the leftover from the actual amount that I had was 22,092 rand 79 cents. So going into my variable expenses, church, I went once and I offered once, and giving, I gave more. There was a meeting that I had to attend. I had to go to my grandparents' house, so I ended up spending 586 rand 20. Cleaning supply, I spent 10 rand more, and unplanned travel, there wasn't any. And then for my grandparents' travel, I spent 226 rand 50 cent in terms of me getting there from my house. And then groceries, I overspent. I spent 2,856 rand 8 cent. And then takeout restaurants, I spent 190. This 90 rand is based on the last week of Feb when my husband wanted takeouts or chicken licken. And then meat, I spent 364 and 25 for the month. Standard Bank fees were 6 rand 95. Capitec bank fees, they didn't charge for this Feb. They only charged first of the following month, March. Time bank fees, I budgeted 33 rand, but I ended up paying 6 rand. And then I went to the doctor. I had an unexpected medical expense of 28 rand 6 cent, which was a levy from the medication that I got. And then I bought clothes for my husband, actually shoes, which I didn't plan for, but yeah, because he asked, I spent. My actual amount in variable expenses, I spent 7,429 rand 80 in terms of variable expenses, and the balance remaining was 14,662 rand 99. I don't have any debt, so there's nothing here. In terms of debts, there's nothing because I don't have any debts, which is why I scratched it. And then when it comes to my savings, with my sinking funds, at least I managed to save better this month. So my sinking funds, curtains, the reason why there's an asterisk or a star here is that I decided to move the curtain savings into variable expenses. So this 2.5 is included here. So with my emergency fund, I budgeted 2.6 because I knew we had to travel to my grandparents. So I only budgeted 2.6. Valentine, I saved 100 rand for 2025 sinking funds Valentine's. So with regards to curtains, instead of saving, I lay by it with regards to curtains. And then Valentine's, it's 100 Rand actual spent. Namibia, I saved 5,000. Christmas, 300. 52-week savings, I ended up popping in a little bit. I saved 1,221 Rand 96. And planned travel, I saved 200 Rand. Husband's birthday, I saved 200 Rand. My 29 birthday, I saved 1,000 Rand. Vacation, I saved 100 Rand. Concerts, I saved 300. Books, I saved 150. Live better round up, Capitec. For the month, the savings was 7 Rand 19. So my total savings or sinking funds was 11,179 Rand 15. And then the leftover was 3,483 Rand 84 cents. And then I went over to invest 1,000 Rand into my retirement fund and my easy equities, 500 each on this 1,000 Rand that I initially budgeted. And then the leftover was 2,483 Rand 84. And then I did my hair for 300 as budgeted. Grooming, I paid 510, which was less than budgeted. Valentine sinking fund, I ended up not using it. My husband decided we need to go to Sun City sometime, so that money was not used, will be used then. And then miscellaneous, I spent 962. So total personal expenses was 819 Rand 62 cent. The balance remaining has to be 1,664 and 22 cents. And this 1,000 Rand is from this Valentine sinking funds that I haven't used. When we come to the summary, the total income that I had was 23,952 Rand 78 for the month. Total expenses 10,109 Rand 40 cents. Total saved is 11,179 Rand 15 cents. There is no debt. Total investment is 1,000. The amount that's left over is 1,664.22. 1,000 Rand 664 Rand 22 cents. I overspent on my variable expenses and everything else I underspent. So when we go through my monthly overview for Feb, I got total income 23,952.78, total expenses 10,00941, total saved was 11,179 Rand 50, no debt, total invested 1,000 Rand, and balance remaining 1,764.22. So overall, what I've noticed is that this month I spent a lot, sort of like 63% on food and household. And then the second highest thing that I spent on was transport. And then the other sort of third highest thing that I spent on was personal and beauty. And then I also spent way much more on giving, clothing and miscellaneous. And then utilities was just 5%. And what I accomplished this month that I am proud of is that I created more sinking funds and I was able to save more this month. Unexpected expense this month was giving more than I budgeted, eating out, and the clothes and the medical bill that I had. And I spent most of my money on food and giving because I bought groceries for my visit to my grandparents. And I overspent on food. Expenses to cut down on next month is definitely food. Mistakes that I made this month is not properly accounting for transaction because the leftover money is the actual leftover money that I have is not the same as the one that I have on my transactions. So the money lessons that I've learned is that when I spend with cash, it gives me discipline. Some of the things that I overspent on, especially giving, was because I used the card and I just swiped away. So what I will do to improve next month is to account correctly on the expense trackers and determine whether the leftover money is the same as the actual that I currently have, preferably on a weekly basis. That's what I intend on doing. Until next time, remember, to thyself be true.